so very blessed to be a part of Team Melissa. There's been so many people that have worked together for the good of our kids. And I just want to say, today's a historical moment for Melissa Schools. I want to make it clear that this school, the schools that we're building, the elementaries, all of these things will impact generations of kids to come. They're so very blessed to be surrounded by so many wonderful adults that had the courage to come in and be a part and be active and support our district. I'll make no illusions. I'm one superintendent of many that will be to come. There's been Jason that was before me, did a wonderful job. So very blessed and so very pleased to be part of Team Melissa. And with that said, I'd like to introduce Board President George James.
Hold this for a second. Thank you very much. Bruce, come here. This is a big deal, and this is a long time coming. There's a ton of people for us to thank. Certainly, when you start thinking about projects like this, the first thing you want to do is thank the community. I've been on the board for 15 years, and we've never asked for anything from our community that the community didn't agree with, as far as raising bonds or whatever it may be. And it wasn't like you did it a little bit, you did it in the 89 percentile. So the district has always been very supportive of everything that we ever wanted to do. In addition to that, we've got tons of volunteers. Don Hickson, Kit Norwood, are just two of the last people that really were Mr. Tim Kostas, also that led the last group, but there's almost everybody in the district has at one time or another been a part of some type of BPC or BPC2 or BPC3 or whatever. And so with that, this has just been a completely a community thing. And when we did this, Bruce, the reason I called Bruce up here is Bruce and I were both on the board in 2004 when we actually purchased the land. And I don't know if you remember or not, but we hadn't even built the high school yet when we bought the land. We were just kind of starting to do that, I think, if I'm correct. And so the idea of buying this land for the next school, for the next high school, seemed a little off. But the vision of that board probably saved the district at least $2 million, maybe $3 million with today's real estate prices. But when we did it, it didn't seem like this day would ever actually come. And now it is finally here, and I'm just thrilled to death, and I think everybody will be. In this building, I think it's going to be that I think this has been said before, but it's going to be that shining star up on the hill. It's going to sit up high. You'll be able to see this, and you'll be able to see the Melissa High School from a long way off. Take care of our kids, and it'll be really, really great. Bruce, you want to say anything?
Well, I don't want to say a whole lot, but because I know we have a lot to do here, but it is something we've been talking about, the 80 acres, for a long time, ever since we purchased this back in 2004. And the vision we did have was looking at all the growth that we could see coming, and trying to find a site that would be large enough for our high school and to lock it in right then. We had an opportunity at a good price to lock in this land, and it's great that we're finally here, and very exciting.
Thank you very much. I'll turn this back. Thank you, everybody, and I'll turn it over to Keith.
Kitty, Mr. Deal. Kitty. Mr. Deal. Kitty, do a couple of things. Say a few words, but also introduce our architect and our construction manager group. That's a long process, and they're doing a wonderful job. So you kind of share a little bit about them, and then talk about the journey.
Okay, first of all, we've got, let's start with core construction. We have Gary Frazier in the back there. Gary is the president of this local group of core. We got Todd Schuyler as the project manager. We got Rick Hansen over here. Rick is the job superintendent. We have Lawrence. Where's Lawrence? Lawrence is right here. Lawrence, what's your title? Assistant project manager, and he can fly a drone like nobody's business. And we got Dylan back there in the back there. He bounces around, but great to have him, another Melissa resident. And that's the cool thing about this project. We have Melissa community members building our high school with students in our district, and you don't think that we're going to get the utmost attention from them. So this has been a great project. Everything's going smooth. We're actually ahead of schedule. And at this point in time, Corrigan Architects. We have Steve Halsey here is principal of the company, and John, right here, John, and man, I'm going blank here, John. Last name Westbrook, John Westbrook, and Susan Smith here. So they've been working from the very beginning on this project, and everything's just gotten tremendously smooth here during this time frame. And I saw Butch Aycock right here, longtime Melissa resident. Butch farmed this 80 acres for many years, and kept this area clean for us. And I don't know how much farmland he got, but what a huge thing it was for the district. For I didn't have to come out here and mow this area, and so we really appreciate you, Butch. And he was more than very pleased whenever we told him we were starting the process of building, and just what a great supporter he's been to the community and the school district. Few words about this journey. Once we finally got our high school, and this building is built for one reason only, and that's our students. And I would put our students against any group of students across the state. And trust me, all across this great state of Texas, they know where Melissa's at now. They definitely know after this past weekend in Austin where Melissa's at and our students, and that's just an awesome thing every day. Seeing our kids grow up from kindergarten to high school, now we get to see them all the way through, and just a tremendous thing. And it's a great day to be a Cardinal every day.
I don't want to embarrass anybody, but I do want to ask a few people to come up. We had some community members, chairs and co-chairs, work with the needs assessment, work with our community, go out and work with our subgroups. That started with, and Dr. Rich has made me very aware of Don Hickson. Don, would you step forward just a minute? Don served on the BPC, did a wonderful job. I've heard a lot of stories about Don. And then we've got Tim Postis, who also served as community chair. Tim, come on up. Ryan Ross, you served on a community chair, and Dr. Norwood served also. These are brave community members that have a loud voice for kids. They've been involved from finance all the way to the academic curriculum piece, and done a wonderful job. And I don't want to put anybody on the spot. Don, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, if you don't mind. My name's Don Hickson. I've lived in the Melissa community since 1969. It had about 400 people on at least the population sign when I arrived. I had the privilege of serving as the chairman of the Building Program Committee 1, 2, and 3. In 2003, whenever we kicked that off and began to think about a high school, we thought, wow, within 5 years, we really could use or may need a high school. And so we went to the community with a bond program. They immediately approved it, and we thought maybe by 2008 that we would actually start building here. Well, it's always better to be well prepared for the future as opposed to being behind. And now, here in 2017, you're actually breaking ground on the high school. It's quite a thrill to myself and particularly members of our building program committee that went through that. We wish you the very best.
I'll tell you what we'll do. This is change it up from what we talked about on the bus. That's why I didn't make an agenda, because I knew we would have to be flexible. With you guys standing up here, I think the board would agree and support. We'd like you guys to go and grab a gold shovel. Y'all can be the first one to take a picture. How about that? three.
While we're up here, if everybody could please bow your head, I'm gonna ask Ryan Ross if he would to not that this is hallowed ground, but to bless this site and all the students that will come through it.
Father God, we just bow our heads and humble our hearts before you with thanksgiving that you have allowed us to live in such a great community, and that you have called us together specifically on this day and in the efforts that led up to this day to serve students and kids, our children. And we thank you for the high honor and of that calling. And God, we do pray that this building, while yes, it is a building and merely bricks and stones, God, we do pray that it would be a place of blessing, and we ask for your favor and your protection and your guidance and your wisdom to just reign over this property. God, we know that there will, as Mr. Murphy said, there will be generations of students that will walk onto this property and through the doors of the buildings that will exist here in the near future. And we just pray your blessings over them. We ask for your favor to continue within our school district. We thank you for all of the blessings that we've experienced thus far to lead us to this day. And we acknowledge you, and I give thanks to you in the name of my Savior Jesus. Amen.
Do we have a city? Or do you want to go to school first or city?
Let's talk about Reed.
Not that I don't love you, Reed. Where is he? Talk about city.
Duke Sparks, come here for a second, Duke. Mr. Sparks, City Councilman, Mayor. Duke, we want you to get a picture of the City Councilman and the Mayor, but say a few words about the group you work with.
I'm going to tell you that everything that happens in Melissa and all the great things from this day forth is because of the community effort, the support of our city, the city of Melissa. Mayor Reed Greer's here, Stacy Jackson, Jake Northcutt, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate what they've done. Jason Little, the other council members, planning and zoning, the fire chief, all of the people, Bob Helmberger, everybody that have worked with us and have helped us make this a reality, and all the things that are coming to be a reality of the relationships that we have with this community, with this city governance, and with the people and the students of this wonderful school district. And we are truly, truly blessed. And I want to thank them personally in front of everybody. Thank you guys for what you've done and how you've helped us.
schools, and it's about you. So we're gonna, I don't think we left anyone out, but I'd like for everybody that was here today to come by and get a Seth. We gotta get a helmet. We gotta get a picture with Maddie, with your family or whatever group you'd like to get with, okay? So who's first? Let me have the administrative team. Where are they? Kim, Sharon, y'all get a helmet. Walter, Michelle, come on. Jim, Claude, come on, all the administrators.
Okay, everybody ready? One, oh, okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
All right, Maddie's gonna be available to take pictures if you'd like. Here, I'll take yours. Here, Maddie, let me take your picture. Come on. Miss Cole, come on, you and Maddie get over here.
Here, Keith, I'll do it for you.
Here, right?
Yeah.
A lot of pressure. You're gonna go through that. Y'all going? Hang on, let Maddie and Maddie and Landry.
I was gonna say, we need one with the old schoolers, don't we?
Krista Billings.
I've seen
Old
them.
school, right? Old.
Old schoolers.
Jerry? Where's Seth?
Seth.
Seth, come on, they're waiting on you.
Oh, and Claude.
Claude?
High school. Yeah.
Can you give him a helmet? Multi-pictures. Here, here's a picture.
Anybody that wants to be at the high school next year, you need to come have your picture.
I'm enrolling.
Huh?
Pick it up, Maddie. All right, ready? All right, I got your tree, Maddie.
Christie.
All right, ready? Okay, I got it. How are you doing? I know you should.
Mr. Deal asked me to announce that there are snacks inside in the building. If you like snacks, there's snacks inside.
I was like, I have exclusive Bigfoot footage of Brady. So I'm not quite as like, oh no, I didn't have it. You guys want to go out and get a picture?
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. Okay.
Architect and contractor. Architect and contractor.
Have a hat.
Come on, John. Where's Susan? Gary, come on up. Gary from Core. Kenny? Todd, come on, we're gonna get contractors. Come on, Rick. Jerry, you gonna come on the right? Duke, come on. Duke and Kenny, y'all get in here with us. Come on. Gary Frazier. Gary, come on, Gary.
Gary, have you ever worn a Core hard hat? Gary, have you ever worn a Core hard hat?
One time. Can I borrow yours?